Welcome back to the second lesson of my project for creating innovative uses of technology. This lesson is completely different from the soda can packaging lesson, and this one is revolving around the 7 habits of highly effective teens and creating video podcasts to summarize and expand upon those lessons from Sean Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. A little bit of background behind this, where this project comes from, is we have a course at our junior high called C3, and that stands for Core Content Coaching. And it was developed for students to work with a core teacher for one class period each day. And it's set up to accomplish a few goals. Number one is to provide work time for students, which is important for our junior high students who are in a 7 academic period schedule. It focuses on positive character development. We perform community service projects. We participate in team building projects. Some of the hands-on activities that have sort of left a little bit of the school. We've built rubber band cars. We're currently in the middle of a Rube Goldberg device project. It's a really well-rounded course, but really focuses on developing positive student behaviors. As a part of this course, every 2 weeks we have a lesson from Sean Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. We use it as a curriculum to focus on positive character traits and becoming more successful as students. For this project, the technology involved is a flip video camera, and what we're going to do is develop those 7 habits lessons and record a video podcast to put out every time we have one of these lessons to summarize the lesson and put out there for people to view. The videos will be uploaded to SchoolTube, embedded in the class webpage on the school website as a bi-weekly video podcast. As far as rationale is concerned, the ISTE nets for students list creativity and innovation as standard one, and students will be applying existing knowledge and generating new ideas and products. Students are also creating original works as a personal or group expression. And standard 2 for communication and collaboration is that students are communicating information and ideas to multiple audiences using this audio-visual format. For the project, students will be scheduled at the beginning of each term. We schedule our C3 classes on trimesters. So once each trimester, a group of 2 or 3 students will complete the video podcast to accompany the lesson that was presented. At the conclusion of the reading and the class discussion over what was presented, that group of students will plan out and record a video instead of the typical accompanying assignment that is usually part of the workbook that comes with the text. They'll record, and they'll turn in their video by the end of the week that the lesson is presented and help the teacher in the upload and embedding of the video to the school webpage. Each video podcast for the lesson will include a summary of the lesson and the main idea and the point of it. 2, a personal story related to the lesson. And 3, suggestions for viewers of our podcast to work on at home or wherever they are that's related to the ideas presented in the lesson. For the technology involved, students are going to need access to a flip or some other digital video camera. They'll need a computer with high-speed internet access. The teacher will need to create a channel on SchoolTube. I prefer SchoolTube because the videos uploaded to SchoolTube always just seem like they're better quality than other sites, such as TeacherTube, and YouTube is blocked by a lot of school networks. You'll also need a class web page to deliver these podcasts each week. Our school has individual pages for each different course for each different teacher. If that's not available to you, website such as Weebly or Webs.com would serve the same purpose, somewhere to deliver those podcasts. Required of the teacher for this project is some basic technology skills, being able to set up that SchoolTube channel, being able to upload videos to it, and also able to troubleshoot and assist students with any technology problems that might arise. Figuring out any problems students might have with the flip camera or the uploading process. And really important here, but maybe overlooked, is some interpersonal skills and some rapport with students. Because there is the one element of this project that is students sharing a personal story, the teacher might need to help students by tactfully suggesting some personal stories to share if they're uncomfortable, without really invading students' privacy or making them uncomfortable talking about what they're talking about. Advantages of this project include being engaging for students. Their work's serving a practical purpose, again, being put out there on the web. They're gaining an audience through their work, and their audience might be benefiting from their work. And the fact that they have this audience really provides some motivation for them to do quality work. The project involves a number of higher order thinking skills, being able to read, summarize, and build upon what's presented in each lesson, to synthesize that information and put it out there, and also make recommendations for people, is a real higher order thinking skill. There's also a focus on reading comprehension in this project, and it is very easily transferable to some other content areas, especially English language arts and social studies. The idea of having a video podcast in these types of classes would be really relevant. Some disadvantages is, first and foremost, the hardware requirement. It does require video cameras that are capable of recording digital video that can be uploaded. And secondly, there's a minimal exposure of the technology to the students involved in the project. Because our lessons right now are bi-weekly and podcasts are created in groups, there's not a consistent level of technology being exposed to the students throughout the term. It's more of a one or two time deal with creating the podcast if it's completed in this way. Of course, adjustments can be made to make it a weekly assignment and also to get more students involved in it. But as it stands, as it's written, this project doesn't have that depth of penetration of the technology to every single student consistently throughout the term. And in summary, both of these projects that I've presented are currently successful projects that I use and have used previously with my students. I just have never used them with the technology, and I really feel like presenting the projects in this manner with the technology components really bring them to life, give them relevance, and make them even that much more exciting to students. And if you have any questions about these lessons or would like more information, please feel free to contact me by email at null1jt@cmich.edu. Thanks for listening in, thanks for viewing my presentation, and thanks for having the patience to view both parts. I really appreciate it. And again, please feel free to contact me if you have any questions.